Hey YouTube, welcome back to another English review here at Thomas Opent, Dutch beer reviewer, beer vlogger. Back with another English review. It's not how I usually review. I'm Dutch, so go figure. I review in Dutch. But every now and then I figured, for my own personal entertainment, because I'm somehow capable of verbalizing better in English when it comes to flavors and smells and things I pick up in beers. And second of all, I'm just trying to see if there's a little bit of a market out there outside of the Netherlands. There's a whole big world out there where people might like what I have to say about beer. So every now and then, Dutch review. And I was hankering for a beer that I wanted to review, and I haven't had time yet. And I figured, you know what? I need to do an English review. I want to review this one. It's Dutch beer. It's Dutch Imperial Stout. Let's go for it. It's from a Dutch brewer called Moersleutel, which translates into wrench, basically. And it's their coconut milkshake Smeerolie. Smeerolie is basically, think of it like lubricant, oil you use to grease stuff up so it, works better. Go figure. Smeerolie. Smeerolie is one of their basic stouts, and you should have seen like what they do with Evil Twin, like the Even More Jesus and the Imperial, the Biscotti break. Those two. Those are like two base stouts they make, and they tinker with it in terms of adjuncts and barrel aging and things like that. That's basically what Smeerolie is for Moersleutel. So this is their coconut milkshake version. And as you might have guessed, a coconut milkshake, it's got coconut in it, it's got lactose in it, it also has, holy freaking shit, that's very tiny, vanilla, cocoa nibs, and of course your usual suspect, the water, malted barley, hops, yeast. So yeah, there you go. It's 44 milliliters. I love the label. It's just a tin can. A tin can. It's an aluminum can. It's not a tin can. It's an aluminum can, and it's got this funky sort of, I don't know, tikka thing going on. What I think you call it, tikka. I don't know, man. All I know is I love the look of it. And I love Moersleutel. They are one of my favorite Dutch brewers when it comes to stouts. They do some great stuff. And like I said, I've been dying to try this one just because I felt like a sweet tooth. So what do we got here? You guys won't be able to see a lot of this because, excuse me for the shitty lighting conditions. It is basically, it's nearly black. There's got a little bit of red hue there in the bottom. It's got a tiny little, sort of coffee with milk colored head. I'm not expecting it to last very long. There's coconut in this beer. The coconut's fatty. There's fats in there. It's oily. It's going to ruin a head pretty quickly. I'm not expecting that to last very long, although I have to admit it's doing pretty well so far. Yeah, it looks like an Imperial Stout. It does what it does. What did you expect? It's not going to be, pale and clear. It's going to be black. You're not going to be able to see through it. It's just an Imperial Stout. 10% by the way. I think I forgot to mention that. Did I? Yeah, 10%. There we go. Let's see what we got here on the nose. Oh yeah, that's fucking coconutty as hell. That is one of the coconuttiest beers I've ever had. Oh, with a definite slap around the face of vanilla. And chocolate. That's like a bounty. That's like a bounty bar, really. You guys get those in the US or the UK? Do you get bounty? I don't know if that's the Dutch name for it. It's like basically desiccated coconut with sugars and chocolate around it. I love it. I'm a sucker for it. I'm not a candy bar man, but that's one of the ones I actually really enjoy. So yeah, and there's definitely a little bit of that roasted notes in there. You get a little bit of a coffee bitterness, oddly enough. I expected it to be loads sweeter than... it is sweet enough, by the way. It's totally sweet, but there is a little bit of roasted bitterness in there. Some of that, mostly milk chocolate, but... that could be like a 50% chocolate, not like real milk chocolate, not like the purest 70-80% chocolate. It's just coconut, vanilla. It's sweet. It's sweet. There's definitely a lactose component in there. Holy fuck. That is insane. I have to try this. I'm gonna try this, guys. Cheers. Whoa. Okay. So yeah, first off, wow. Wow. Slightly boozy, not alcoholic, not like burning boozy, just a slight hint of warmth in the back, going like, ooh, okay, there you go. Coffee. Loads more bitter coffee, bitter chocolate than I expected. Definitely got a sweet component. Hell of a lot of coconut. Vanilla definitely does its thing. It's not insanely complex when it comes to that, but it is packed with flavor. I really am surprised that despite the lactose and the fact that there's vanilla in here, and the coconut, of course, the roasted bitterness, the roasted bitterness, those roasted malts, coffee bitterness, and that pure chocolate is still there. That sort of cocoa. Well, it has cocoa nibs in it, you know, so there's that cocoa bitterness in there. Sort of raw, not that processed, sugary, sweet chocolate, that definitely in that raw chocolate bitter. I love that. I love that. This beer is really freaking knocking it out of the park for me. This is so much better than I expected it to be. Not because, like I said, I love Moersleutel, and I was hankering for this because I love what they do. But with the lactose, with the vanilla, with the coconut, I was expecting something way sweeter than this. I got a little bit of a sweet tooth, but not a lot. I prefer my savory foods. I prefer my drinks to not be overly sweet. And every now and then, I'll go totally nuts for one of those over-the-top sweet beers. But this is what I love. This is where sweetness, bitterness, it all comes together. And it's just, they balance each other out, but also, punch each other up a little bit. And it's beautiful. I'm loving this. This is so much better than I thought it could be. Not the thickest Imperial Stout I've ever had. Definitely not thin either. It's got a good mouthfeel. It's coating. It's there. It's not like it's chewy or anything, but a little bit of it gets around there. It's a little bit. Yeah, I got the idea. I got something stuck to my teeth. It's there. It's lingering. It's got a good finish. Again, the finish with that good balance between that milky sweetness, that lactose, those roasted malts, those coffee, definitely pure chocolate. The more I'm drinking it, it's less coffee, roasty bitterness. It's the pure chocolate, the cocoa nibs, raw bitterness that you're getting there. It's on point. I'm loving it. This is a 4 point. Yeah, this is definitely 4.25 for me. This is definitely 4.25 for me. I am loving it that much. It's not, like I said, again, it's not the most complex stout ever, but what it has, it does amazingly well. So well. So good. Christ, that's lovely. That's lovely. It's like 44 milliliter can, almost half a liter, like give or take a pint. Think US people would call this a 16 ouncer. I'd have to look it up, but yeah, there you go, man. Awesome. Total awesome beer. Totally awesome beer. 4.25 on the Untapped scale from me. And that was it for this review. If you like this, like the video. If you loved it, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and you get more content from me. Well, most of it's Dutch, but if you want me to do more English reviews, hit me up with a comment. Let me know. I'd love to. It feels much more natural for me sometimes. Description box below. Instagram, Untapped, and my Facebook page. You can find beers that I do not review, but I do have a thing or two to say about them on my social media. And I guess that was it for now. And I'll see you guys in another review. Cheers. Proost.